Hi, YouTube fam. I am Angeline, the nursing assistant. Guess what day it is? It's Chit Chat Tuesday. It's Chit Chat Tuesday. It's Chit Chat Tuesday. Come on, you guys. Let's get it started. Today, Chit Chat Tuesday, I'm going to piggyback on what was discussed in last Chit Chat Tuesday. And if you haven't seen that video, please, I will link it at the end of this video and go check it out. But today, I just want to kind of give y'all the steps and procedures to take if you are having a problem at work with a supervisor, a co-worker, whoever it may be. You pretty much will take the same step in trying to resolve the issue. First, I want to say is never let anyone run you away from a job that you love, that you like. If you like your workplace and you enjoy going there to work, then don't let anyone make you leave your job that you generally love and you just simply having a problem with a co-worker or a supervisor or whatever. There are steps that you can take that 9 times out of 10 will resolve the issue. Okay, first step. Let's say you're having a problem with your co-worker, supervisor, administrator, whoever it is. It really doesn't matter, like I said. The first step is going to that person. You would go to that person and you would sit down and you will discuss what your problem is and what you need to do. And when I say you need to, you don't want to go in there all arrogant and puffing up your chest. You don't want to, even if you feel like that inside, don't go in there like that. Go in there being calm, professional, and wanting to resolve the issue, not keep a battle up, going back and forth. So you go in and you talk to your supervisor, co-worker, like I said, whoever it may be, and you ask them, what's the problem they have with you, and if it is a problem, what can you do to resolve it so y'all can move on? That's the first step. After you do that and your problem still persists, you go to the next level. And your next level, if it's a co-worker, it'll be your supervisor. If it's your supervisor, it will be your administrator assistant. Okay, we just going up the ladder because you got to make sure that you do what policy tell you to do. You have to follow your policy. When you're having a problem, you have to go through your chain of command so we can cover all those bases. Okay, once we talk to the person that we're having a problem with, then we go to the next level. You sit down and you talk to them and you explain to them, say, I have went to this person, we have talked, blah, blah, and nothing seems to be resolved. I'm still having the same issue with this person. So you talk to them, okay? And enhance, they supposed to go to the person that you have a problem with, okay? Then if that doesn't work, you go to the next level. You keep going up. You keep going up. Once you have hit the top honcho in that building and nothing is still done, then that's when you have to go to your corporate. You have to go to the next step. Okay, this is where your documentation come into play. Anytime you having problem with a person and you go to them and you talk to them about this problem and nothing is done, at that point you start documentation. You document everything. No matter how small it is, you document it and you date it. Okay? Once you do that, you write a letter. Once you have reached the top of that building, you done went as far as you can, and your issue is still not resolved, then you sit down and you type you a letter. And you type this letter to corporate human resource. And in doing this, you make sure you list the steps that you took to resolve the matter. You start from the person you was having a problem with. You put the date that you talked to that person. You waited 2 weeks or however many long you waited to see a change. You saw no change. You went to this person, put the date. You go on and on and on until you reach the top. Then once you have outlined that, then you write down things that actually been done to you. You write the date, you explain what had been done, and if anybody around, witnesses that heard it, people was in the area when it was done, you put their name down also. And you send that letter off certified. So you would know when they have gotten the letter. Now, you will want your administrator to know that you sent the letter. So, I'm speaking from experience. I have done this. I have done it. You will want your administrator to know that you sent the letter, but you don't want them to know before corporate get the letter. Because what you don't want to do is tip them off that you done gave them the letter so they can think of something to say. You wanted to hit them by surprise. So, once you send corporate letter off certified, once you receive, implement that they have gotten their letter, then that's when you mail. That's right, mail. We're going to keep everything professional. We're not finna hand nothing. We're going to mail it. Once you know they have received their letter, then you mail your letter to your administrator in the building. And this letter pretty much is outlining everything that you sent corporate. And in this letter, you let the administrator know that you have sent this to corporate because you could not get any satisfaction within the building. Okay? Now, a lot of people think at this point they're nervous because their job, because they're nervous of their job, because they took these steps. But what you have, really what you have done, you really have secured your job because you have exposed. You have exposed now. Your job now is more secure than it ever was. Okay? So, once that corporate will notify them, but is hitting them by surprise. They don't know what to say. They fumbling now. Okay? They may even call you in the office once everything is on the table. That's fine. Great. Go in the office, discuss it, whatever. They called me in there when I did it. They called me in there. Yes. But they was very nice to me because they knew I knew what to do. They was very nice to me, wanted to resolve my issue at this point, and when all they could have did is resolved it in the beginning. But see, a lot of us don't pursue a solution. We keep it within ourselves and keep being miserable when you go to work. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like I said on the previous video, know your rights. It is very important that you know your rights. And once all of this came up, they cannot treat you no different. They cannot treat you a certain way, because now if they do, this is kind of like retaliation. Other word, pit for tat, or whatever. I forget the word. But they can't treat you some kind of way because you went to corporate. They can't do that. Even if they feel some kind of way, they cannot show it at this point because they know you will go higher. They know this now. So always exercise your right. Don't let anyone make you leave from a job that you love. Now, if you don't like it, that's another situation. If you don't like the job anyway, it may not be worth the fight. But if you're a place where you really love and you want to be there, don't let anyone make you feel like I need to go because I'm having this issue. Especially if you know the issue is not right. I mean, we're not talking about somebody doing something that you just don't like, but it's policy, or are they well in their right from doing it? We're not talking about that. We're talking about blatant disrespect, blatant telling you something that you know is way out of scope, or telling you to do something that is not in your job scope. I mean, stuff like that. It gotta be legit. And you have to be professional. You cannot go in there arguing back and forth. You have to do things in the proper way. You're going to have to talk calmly, not aggressively. You're going to have to dot your I's, cross all your T's. Because if they're targeting you or doing something to you, they looking at you. I was in a position at one point, if I come back from lunch 5 minutes late, I got chewed out. But if somebody else come back from lunch 5 minutes late, it's okay. No problem. So that kind of stuff, you jot it down. You write it down. And you keep a log. And I guarantee you, once you go to the top, once you hit corporate, everything will be all right. Everything will settle down. But hopefully, you won't even have to go that far. Hopefully, they will solve the issue within the building. But just know, if they don't, you still have other options. You can take it out of the building. Go take it straight to headquarters. take it straight to headquarters. Don't stop. Because what are you going to lose? What are you going to lose? Let's say you do lose your job. It's so many jobs out here. A nursing assistant is needed just like an RN. We may not make as much, but the jobs out here, just like an RN, you put in an application today, I guarantee you'll get a call tomorrow. So even if we'll say you get fired or they let you go, that's the worst thing can happen. But would you want to work at a place that continue to treat you and micromanage you or whatever issue you having? It never gonna end. It's never gonna end. So if they let you go because you're trying to find resolution to a problem you having and they let you go because of that, then so be it. It was time for you to go. It was time for you to go. When people come up to me at work or other places and ask me, why are you telling them how you feel? Why are you telling them about this, about that? They're not going to do anything. They're not going to change anything. When people come up and tell me stuff like that, and I get that a lot from other co-workers. Oh, I'm just not going to say nothing. They may have a survey. I may have a 3 or 4 paragraph. Why are you writing all that? I just put ENA. They not going to do nothing about that. But when I hear people tell me that, I look at them and know what I say in my head? I thank God that you weren't born during slavery time. I thank God people that think like you wasn't born during slavery. Because guess what? We will be still in the field picking cotton. What if our ancestors thought like that? Why bulk against this here? Why try to run away? Why do this here? Because we still going to be in the field picking cotton. And if we get caught running away, they still going to beat us when we get caught. They still going to rape our daughters and our wife. You can't think like that. If you think like that, you never will progress. It's take hard work, sweat, and tears to progress. It's not easy. It's not easy. Most jobs, because I am the way I am, I stand up for myself. I refuse to let people speak to me any kind of way. I get backlash from that. Half of the co-workers don't like me. A lot of where I used to work, a lot of them said I did what I wanted to there. No, I didn't do what I wanted to. That's the way they felt. They felt like that because when a supervisor, whoever it is, when they come up and they say something, whether it's in a meeting or a personal one-on-one, when they tell me something that I feel like is not right or it could be done in another way, I voice my opinion. I voice my opinion. And a lot of time when I do that, sometimes they agree and say, yeah, it is better for us to do it that way and da. And they change it. Sometimes they wouldn't change it. Sometimes I had to do it the way they said, even though in my head I thought it would be better doing this way or whatever. But the bottom line, they are my supervisor, and however they tell me to do it, if that's the bottom line, then that's what I have to do. So it wasn't that I did what I wanted to do. It's just I wasn't afraid to voice my opinion. And I knew how to do it without intimidating somebody or without being combative. When I had a problem with something, I went to that person, whether it was a supervisor, administrator, or whoever. And a lot of my coworkers didn't know nothing about it. That was between me and whoever I was talking to. So they kind of gave me the stigma, she do what she want to do. That's what they say. So when you got a type A personality like me, a lot of times you get backlash from being the way that I am. But I was raised like this. This is how I was raised. I know no other way. You will respect me. You would talk to me like you got some sense. I don't care who you are or where you came from. That doesn't matter to me. So, you guys, I just thank God that those kind of thinking people that don't want to stand up for something, stand up for your right, was not back in the slavery days. Because I'm afraid if they were, we would still be in the cotton field. So you guys, I'm going to end this chit chat right here. I hope you got some kind of knowledge if you are having some kind of problem or issue with a coworker, supervisor, who have you at your workplace, that you would know the channels of the steps to take to resolve it. So that's it, you guys, on this Chit Chat Tuesday. I'll see you guys next week on Chit Chat Tuesday. Chit Chat Tuesday. Chit Chat Tuesday. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, because you and you don't want to miss not one of my videos. Not one. Come on. Let's get it started.